There are various types of lines available in AutoCAD. The first among is the simple line command. So that can be accessed by use of toolbar here. The first command is line command, or you can alternatively use it from the menu bar. Or if you want to use the command line method, you just have to press L and enter, and the line command will be active. So you can just go on clicking on the screen as soon as the line command is active. Now every command in AutoCAD also has certain sub options available. Whenever the command is active, we can see here in the square bracket there are two options available which you can use by typing in the capital letters around here, or you can just right click and those same options will become available here. There is one more method when these options are available, and that is when the dynamic keyboard is on. So whenever dynamic option is on, you just have to press the lower arrow key, and all these options whatever are there in the square bracket, they'll appear over here on the screen. Okay, so the close option is going to just close it back, and undo option, which is got by pressing U enter, will just deselect whatever point you had selected previously. So whenever some point is getting it gets selected wrongly, you just press undo and redraw it correctly. The next type of line available is a polyline. So polyline has a little different properties when compared to a line. You can see this line appears pretty much simple to the previous one, but the difference lies in its selection. Whenever I select a polyline, it will be selected all at a time. So it's a single object, single entity, whereas a line is consisting of different entities which you can separate and edit them. You can convert a polyline into a line or a line back into a polyline. If you want to convert a polyline, which is a single object, into its different parts, you just have to press X enter, or alternatively you can choose the last command available here in the modify toolbar, or you can go to the modify panel and choose explode. So when you explode a polyline, you will get lines. If you want to convert a line into a polyline, you'd have to choose a command polyedit. So PE is the shortcut. PE enter will give us option of polyedit. Choose option multiple, then select all the lines you want to convert into a polyline. Press enter, and then it will ask you whether you want the lines and arcs to be converted to polylines. Say yes, and choose the option of joining them. J enter. It will ask you a small distance, whatever distance of separation there exists between which the lines have to be joined. So since all our lines are joined, are in contact together, just press enter for 0, and your line will be converted to a polyline. Talking about the sub options present in a polyline, there are various options available here. So when you choose a polyline and start drawing, all these various options will appear around here in the square bracket. You can choose to close, same as in the case of a line, or you can choose to draw arcs. So by default, these arcs will be drawn tangential to the previous line or arc, whatever you are drawing. Again, there are various other methods for drawing this arc which will appear around here. The first among them is the angle method, wherein you just have to specify the angle that this arc subtends at the center, and then it will just go on to ask you the second point, or again center and radius. So it's always a good idea to keep your eyes glued to this command line. Whatever sub options are available at a particular instant will go on appearing here, which you can choose accordingly. If you want to use a center method, just press CE and then choose the center. Then the arc will be drawn in anti-clockwise direction. Now again, this direction you will be able to choose at the beginning in the case of a wizard, with the help of a wizard. Close option will again close it, same as in the case of a line. Direction option will let you choose the tangential direction in which your arc has to start. Then you can just choose the end point of it. The next method is half width, which is not used. I'll explain it in detail later. Then you can switch back to line, or you can use the radius method for drawing an arc. You just have to use the radius how much you want, and accordingly the arc will appear of the same radius. Next, there is one more option here, the second point method. The second point method will let you choose 2 points. First point will be selected in the beginning itself. Second point you can choose, and when you choose the third point, the arc will end. So these are the different methods available for drawing arcs. Let us switch back to line. Then there is also an option for you to choose length of the arc. You can specify whatever length you want, and that particular length will appear. There is option also of adding width or half width over here. The same option is available in arc as well. So when I explain this with the help of a line, you must be able to apply the same over to the arcs. So when I choose half width, what it does is it asks for some values. Let me choose a value of 0.5 and end value as also as 0.5. So you can see my polyline has a certain width at this moment. So the width I have chosen is half width. From center it is 0.5 on both the sides, at the starting as well as at the end. Now you can choose different widths at the starting and end as well. So for example, I can choose 1 at the start and 0 at the end. So it will appear like this. You can go on doing it with whatever lengths you want. Let us choose width and see what happens. So width, let me choose 0 at the start and 1 at the end. So you can see it is the total width, the end to end width that I had given, whereas here it was just half the width which I had to choose. Again, choosing width, let me give distance of 0.5 and 0.5. Fine.